Yo guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today I have already got my first gold weapon in Call of Duty Vanguard, and it's actually the knife. As you guys know, I like to start with the hardest ones first, purely for the fact that if my KD drops whilst I'm doing the hard ones, it then means when I'm doing the easier ones, I'm in lower KD lobbies, which makes it easier, rather than doing the easy ones first, boosting my KD all the way up, and then I'm trying to use a knife and launchers and riot shields, and I'm in high KD lobbies, and it's just a struggle. It just doesn't work. Quickly before we do jump into the tips and tricks on how to get the gold knife fast in Call of Duty Vanguard, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, notifications, turn on any more videos on the channel. Camo guides for all kinds of different guns, whether it's a single gun, the full like assault rifle section, certain launchers, whatever it's going to be. There'll be loads of camo guides on this channel, as well as class setups, tips and tricks for everything else as well. So make sure you are sub with notifications turned on. I'm streaming this all over on Twitch. Link is in the description if you want to check that out. If you guys do enjoy it, smash big thumbs up and let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below, but I'm gonna jump straight into it. So as per every camo guide that we do, I'm just gonna run you guys through the best camos and the fastest way to get them. Luckily on the knife, and I believe the same on the combat shield and also the launchers, there's only 5 camos rather than the 10 to get, which off the bat made it so much easier to get this done. I saw this and I was like, right, okay, knife's being done first. I've unlocked it. I'm gonna get this done, get it out of the way. Haven't got to worry about it in the future. Quickly, I just want to apologize if you do hear any fireworks or anything like that in the background. There's fireworks going off and I can't really do a lot about that, but if it picks it up, it picks it up. I can't do anything about it. But the first one we are doing for the knife is going to be eliminations. You have to get 50 eliminations with the knife. This is one that you don't really have to try for that much, because as you're doing all the other ones, this is kind of just going to happen as it happens. It's only 50 kills. I was getting like 30 to 40 kills every single game with the knife and literally had it done in 1 or 2 games. So this one's not going to take long at all. This is easily going to happen whilst you're doing the rest of them, because it's going to take more than 50 kills to get the rest of them finished off. Surgical is going to be 50 backstabber medals. Backstabber means basically your enemy's in front of you, they've got their back turned to you, you stab them in the back. It's that simple, whether they're laying down, standing up, crouching, whatever it is, as long as they're in front of you and you're like, their back is like you're facing their back, stab them in the back. That counts as backstabber medals. This one's a little bit more difficult to do, I guess, because it's sort of like your luck on where you're positioning them. But just try flank round enemies or sit in certain corners where you know a lot of people are going to run through. As they run through, chase after them, stab them in the back. Nice easy one to get done. This also can be done while you're doing some of the other ones like the stun kills as well, because it's just going to happen to fall in together. You're going to find a lot of times you do just end up behind enemies, stabbing them in the back anyway. But if you're struggling with this one and this is the last one you've got, recommend just sitting in a corner, just waiting for people to go running through. As they run past, chase after them. When they stop, just stab them in the back. Easy to get done. Very, very simple to get done with the backstabbers. Okay, so in terms of the predatory ambition, it is going to be 30 slide kills. This one I found slightly difficult because of the fact the amount of times I tried sliding at someone, I'd also end up, I was almost hitting my enemy. Like, say they're stood here, I'm sliding into them, and then once I've hit them, it stops my slide and I'm crouching, and then I'm knifing them and it's not counting. So what you want to do, you just want to start sliding at everyone. Just everyone you see, just slide towards them and try and hit them. And if you slide and you get them, it's going to count as a slide kill. There's going to be times where you slide at them, you hit them, and you end up crouching, and you're then not going to get it counted. So just slide at everyone that you possibly see. Anyone that's in, if anyone stood still, slide at them. If anyone's got their back turned to you and you've done your backstabbers, slide at them. Every time you stun an enemy to get the stun ones done, slide at them. Just every opportunity you can, slide at your enemies. It's the easiest way to do it. I don't know how else to make it any easier than just literally sliding into every kill that you get until this camo is done. That's what I was doing. It made it so much easier to get. To start off with, I was looking for like certain enemies to slide on. I just found it was easier if I just slid into every single gunfight. The one thing I would do is change your slide so it's not you can change your settings for your slide, so instead of having to hold the button, you can just tap the button. This is going to make a big difference because you're not wasting time holding it whilst your enemy's trying to shoot at you. You're just going to tap it, slide straight into them, knife them when you're there. I also found it easier to slightly slide past my enemy rather than straight into them. Like if they're stood here, instead of sliding straight into the back of them or to the front of them, slide slightly to the left or right and turn into your enemy as you're sliding past, and your character seems to just like slice them rather than stab them. So that was an easier way of doing it as well. So maybe look left and right, just left and right. You can't go obviously too far apart or too far away from them, otherwise you're going to miss the knife anyway. But slightly left or slightly right of your enemy, take them out of the game. That way is definitely the easiest way of getting the slide ones done. In terms of the reptilian, it's going to be 30 double kills. You won't believe how easy this happened for me. I could not believe how quickly this one got done. And I think it's purely for the fact that there are just so many people on each map, especially if you're playing something like Blitz. So if you're struggling, play something like Blitz, flank around your enemies, use your stuns, all sort of things like that. Because on Blitz, it's like 14 versus 14. The amount of times you're going to get two enemies that are stood next to each other, don't even know you're there. You get quick stab on one, quick stab on the other. And because there's 14 enemies, there's always enough people in the same sort of area to get double kills quick enough. And that's my biggest tip, is playing Blitz for your double kills. I didn't have to. I was just playing and got them done very, very quickly because I play pretty well with a knife. But if you guys do struggle to get your double kills, I definitely recommend playing Blitz, just trying to find a couple of people that are stood still, throw your stuns down at them again whilst you're getting your stun kills. It's going to make your double kills even faster because both of them are going to be stunned. No one's going to turn around and shoot you or be able to get away from you. Makes it very easy to get both the double kills. And then speaking of the stun kills, as you can see, I've only got 7 stun kills left to get. I was just making this video purely for the fact that I got off stream to make a couple of videos, so I was like, might as well make this video now while I'm off, because it's only going to be like 1 or 2 more games it takes me to get this done. This one is slightly annoying, I'll be perfectly honest. It's slightly annoying. Sometimes you will be flashing your enemies or stunning. I was using stuns rather than flash. The amount of times I stunned my enemies and it didn't seem to register it to start off with, it got better throughout. What I would recommend doing is putting on the perk. Let me just go back and show you which perk I was running. Put the Dauntless perk on. The reason for this is when you stun your enemy, it's not going to stun you as well. So what you want to do is get as close to your enemy as you can before you do stun them. Stand right next to them, throw the stun down. As the stun goes off, like literally as soon as the stun goes off, stab your enemy while they're prime stunned. And as long as this shake it off medal comes up on your screen, you're going to know that they were definitely stunned whilst you killed them. Whereas beforehand, I was trying to throw it around a corner and then run around the corner and get them whilst they were still stunned, but they weren't actually stunned because it had worn off by then. So the easiest way is put the perk on where you don't get stunned yourself. Throw your stuns down right next to your opponent, and as soon as the stun goes off, stab your opponent, and you'll see the shake it off thing come up on screen. And when that happens, you know for a fact your enemy was definitely stunned because you were stunned at that point, and you have the like unstunnable perk on as well. So very easy way of doing it is just to go in and throw your stuns at your opponents, stand right next to them, get the kills that way. And of course, once that is done, you will be getting gold on the knife, which actually, in my opinion, looks very, very clean on the knife. I like the way the grip's got a bit of a gold pattern on it as well. Then, of course, once you have done the riot shield, you'll get diamond melees, and then, of course, once everything's finished, you'll be getting atomic. Remember to subscribe to the channel, notifications turn on, so don't miss any more camo guides on the channel if you are going for atomic. I'm going to be showing you guys the best ways, the fastest ways, the easiest ways to get all the camos in the game. So make sure you are subbed with notice turned on here. If you want to watch me live doing the camo grind, link is in my description to my Twitch link. Go follow me over there. I appreciate you guys watching. If you have enjoyed it, smash the thumbs up. Leave a comment if you are going to also be getting the knife gold, and we'll catch you in the next one in a bit.